Hi guys, welcome to my channel Happy High Tarot. In today's picker card reading, we will find out who will your next date be with, who is that person, when will this next date happen, and what will be the outcome of this next date. So you can see an image on your screen right now. You've got three options to choose from. Feel free to pause the video over here, meditate on all the images, pick whichever one calls out to you the most. You'll find the timestamps in the pinned comment as well as in the description box below. So make your choice and let's get started. Hi group 1, if you guys chose the first image, first let's find out who is the person with whom you'll be going out on your next date. So the cards that came out for you are Gambler, which says willingness to follow intuition even when others doubt you. Then we have Hyena, which says dare to be different. And from the tarot cards, we have Five of Cups and Three of Cups. Alright, so looks like your next date will happen after you've had some sort of disappointment in your love life. This next date can come after a failed connection, a failed situationship, a crush situation that did not materialize. In fact, the only reason you might agree to even go out on this next date is because your friends or your family encourage you to, get out of the house and get back into the dating scene and just get yourself out of that rut. Because at the time when this next date happens, your energy seems to be very dull and like downtrodden, very disappointed. I don't want to see anyone. I don't want to go out. Love is crap. I don't want to believe in it again. But the people that care about you, your friends, your family, sibling, all those people, they do not like to see you in that energy, which is why they will help you. In fact, they might help you with everything, deciding the venue, selecting your outfit, perhaps even choosing the person you go out on your next date with. And it's only and only because of this push that you will be getting from these people that you will agree to go out on a date with this individual. This can be a person whom you come in contact with also because of the social scene. So this can be an individual who's related to some friend of yours. This can be someone who's currently in your social circle. This can be someone who you've hung out with before, but perhaps not in a romantic setting like that. This can also be someone whom your friends set you up with in order to get you out of this state. In fact, with Gambler over here, it seems like you might not even be too willing to date this individual in particular, and not just because you're not in the mood for it, but otherwise also you might be like, no, not this person, I don't want to date them. I mean, I don't want to go out on a date with them. But your friends might say, take a chance on this individual, see where it goes. It's just one date, it's just one date. So with the first card over here being Gambler, it basically does look like you'll just roll the dice and see what happens. If I specifically talk about who this person is, I've already told you how you might come in contact with them. This is an individual who just goes with the flow. They might be someone who's very, very intuitive, have a very strong connect that way with the universe, always march to the beat of their own drum. When I look at this card, I get reminded of the Fool's energy. So definitely someone new, someone you haven't dated before. In fact, the word that I'm hearing is quirky. They might have some Aquarius somewhere in their chart because this is a quirky individual, whether it is their mannerisms, their habits, the way they dress up, the way they talk, the way they express their emotions. They just really stand out from the crowd. In fact, with Dare to Be Different over here, I don't think you've ever dated anybody like this before. I mean, you've never gone out on a date with anybody like this before. So definitely this is someone who isn't your usual type, so to speak. And yes, they seem quirky, they might seem like an oddball, but they're actually a dark horse because with Dare to Be Different over here, when the time comes, they really know how to step up. This is someone that's very bold, very courageous. If they want something or if they want someone, they go for it. They have zero inhibitions. They absolutely couldn't care less about what anybody thinks of them or says about them. Zero fucks to give, basically. And their personality also seems to be very charismatic. With the contrast over here in the Five to the Three of Cups, for sure, this is an individual who knows how to bring a smile on people's faces. They know how to get you in a good mood. They know how to lift people's spirits. Might be a water sign, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, present somewhere in their big three. Seems like someone who is average, who has an average tall height, slender build, might have salt and pepper hair, curly hair, wavy hair. Might be someone who lives close to the beach, is what I'm hearing. Always has this very pleasant look on their face. The same smile is always there on their face. Eyes have a lovely, um, like a very dark colored eyes, thick, long eyelashes, beautiful eyes. All right, now let's see what might be their possible initials. So we have J, O, L, C, E, K, N, T, I, A, Z, and U. So these initials can belong to the person you got on your next date with. Alright, now let's see when will this next date happen. So the cards that came out for it: Truth, Cleaning House, Knight of Wands, and the Ace of Pentacles. So definitely with Cleaning House over here, yeah, goes very well with the energy of the Five of Cups. That this next date will happen at a time when you've just been sitting at home, trying to move on from some failed situation, trying to move on from someone, and your friends are really at the back of your life. That just go for it. Don't think too much. It's just one date. Get back on the dating scene. In fact, with Truth over here in Cleaning House, it also seems like this next date can coincide with a timeline wherein you are discovering something about the individual whom you're currently bummed about. So, for instance, let's say that whoever is there in your life right now, situationship or crush or whatever, you think that they're a very nice person, but you might find out with Truth over here and then Cleaning House that they're actually someone who always keeps their options open, has a bit of a player energy, not a bit of a player energy, they are a player in all these. This might come as a shock to you, you might not like what you're hearing, and so in fact, with Cleaning House over here, you can do better than this individual, but perhaps it's this boost that you're getting from your friends and family that actually allows you to get to the next stage of getting rid of whatever residual space this individual has currently occupied in your head and in your heart. In fact, with Knight of Wands over here, and notice how the energy has completely shifted from the Five of Cups to the Knight of Wands. Whoever these friends or family members of yours are, they're very, very good cheerleaders. I mean, they really know how to flip the switch, get you going, get you in that energy of, yeah, fine, you know what, fuck it, I'll just go for it. With the Ace of Pentacles over here, this next date of yours can either happen next month itself, and this is a timeless reading. So next month, from whenever it is you're watching this reading, give or take 30-31 days. But for a lot of you, this can also happen in January. In fact, for a lot of you, your New Year's resolution might be to move on from the current person on the scene. And so January onwards, you'll be like, fine, I'll get back on the dating scene. And so that's when this happens. And like I said, either your friends or family will set you up with this person, otherwise they'll ask you out themselves. There is no dating app scene that I'm seeing over here. Either they'll ask you out directly through someone or someone is setting you up with them. Okay. Let me see anything else. For some of you, this person that you'll be having your next date with could have entered your life in spring of 2023, like during that whole spring cleaning thing. That is when you could have first met this individual. There might be some age gap between you and them. Okay, now let's see what will be the outcome of this date of yours. So the cards that came out for it, we have Personal Guide, Guardian Angel, Spirit Family, Then we have Yang, Page of Pentacles, and Strength. This is nice. This is such a lovely message over here, Group 1. Whoever this is that you're going out on your next date with, definitely over here with Spirit Family, is a part of your soul tribe. You might not have interacted with them much right now as we're speaking, of course, because right now you're more occupied with somebody from your past. Or even if you're not currently occupied with someone from your past, maybe because of work stress or health stuff or something else, currently you're just not in that frame of mind, but you will get there eventually with some help. Anyway, you will be very surprised when you go out on a date with this person, because with Yang over here and Page of Pentacles, and Yang reminds me of the Divine Masculine, we have the Page of Pentacles over here, so it's almost as if this individual will surpass your expectations. You will be pleasantly surprised when you spend a day with them, or even if it's just a few hours, you'll be like, shit, I had a particular perception of them and they're nothing like it. There's so much more than that. There is so much depth in their personality. You know, they seem to joke around, they come across as being very quirky, but man, can they be sensitive. They're so intuitive, they're so knowledgeable. They get me so well, and it makes sense because we had seen initially that this is someone who's very intuitive and all these things. And then now we have Spirit Family also. In fact, maybe spirituality is something that's a shared interest between you and this person. In fact, and this is such a lovely energy over here, there might be a lot of things or a lot of likes of yours which you're just not comfortable discussing with everyone because you're afraid what they will think or how will they react, or they might mock you. But during this next date, you will realize that this is one person with whom you can talk about anything under the sun and they will not judge you. They'll just encourage it further. Yes, tell me more. This is so interesting. I'd love to know more. And you like that. In fact, with Yang over here in Page of Pentacles, I'm being told that your biggest takeaway from this date of yours with this individual will be that this is the kind of person that I want to be with. And the person that I'd so far been caught up with, or the person that I'd been crying over, they in no way compare to this individual. In fact, it might occur to you that you had been settling for less. But there's so much more that you deserve, and you have been settling for less with that previous person. And for sure, over here with Page of Pentacles and Strength, the outcome of this next date will be more dates, getting to know each other more. With Strength over here, both you and this individual will want to take this connection further. You will both want to strengthen the bond that has been created during that date. You both will want to get to know each other more. And like how for this date, they were the one who had asked you out, or your friends had set you up with them, or whatever the case might be. With Page of Pentacles over here, and no matter how much of a surprise this might be for you right now, it seems like for the date after this, you are the one who will initiate things. In fact, any self-esteem issues, any lost confidence, any hopelessness that you're currently experiencing in the love department, they will help you beat the blues. They will help you snap out of it. They will help you get back in your power. They will help you regain your power. Perhaps in your previous connections, you became a bit of a sheep. Like I'll just do whatever my partner asks me to do because I don't want to upset them and things like that, perhaps without even realizing. But that is something that will definitely not happen with this individual. They are sitting confidently in this divine masculine energy, and they will help you hone your divine feminine or masculine energy as well. There will be passion, there will be romance. Basically, this isn't going to be a one-time thing, for sure. Even if 0.1% this is someone with whom you don't end up in a long-term relationship for whatever reason, your free will, their free will, or anything else, regardless, with Spirit Family over here, at least you will get one lifelong friend out of this, for sure. But like I said, with the presence of the divine masculine over here in Strength, for the maximum number of you, there is very, very good potential over here. So this next date will just be the first of many to come. All right. So these are all the messages that I have for you right now, Group 1. If you like this reading, do give it a thumbs up. Let me know down in the comment section below. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you're new over here and hit the bell icon when you do so. You can follow me on Instagram for more tarot readings, and you can message me on Instagram, WhatsApp, or my email to book a personal reading with me. You'll find all those details in the pinned comment and description box. I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Hi, Group 2. If you guys chose the second image, first let's find out who is the person with whom you'll be having your next date. So the cards that came out for you are Athlete, which says dedication to transcending physical limits, including handicaps, development of personal willpower, and strength of spirit. Then we have Kingfisher, which says be patient and focused. And from your tarot cards, we have the King of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles. Whoever this definitely is a very, very good match to you. Something right up your alley for sure. Someone that you'll be very compatible with. Might be an individual who's more or less like you in terms of likes, dislikes, thought process. The wavelength will definitely match. Both of you might be earth signs, or this individual might be an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Very humble, very grounded, very secure individual. They do not need outside validation. They do not need anybody to come and tell them or to shake them out of their slumber and tell them that, you're good enough. They know they're enough. Okay. It's very good. In fact, with King of Pentacles over here, I don't think they're looking for anything casual. I don't think they're looking for a fling. With King of Pentacles over here, they want to date with the intention of it being something serious, something with a solid potential long-term future. Might be someone who's a vegetarian or vegan, loves animals, might have a pet, might be the same age as you or slightly older. Can be someone who works in banking, insurance, or finance, or can be an entrepreneur as well, is what I'm being told. Can also be someone who is in the same industry as you, not necessarily the same office or organization as you, can be someone in the same industry. Another interesting message over here with Kingfisher is that this is an individual who's had their eyes on you for some time. But they were just being patient regarding when should they approach you, when should they ask you out. They're very confident. So I don't think they've sought the help of I don't think they will be seeking the help of any intermediary to contact you. I don't think they'll ask any mutual person to set them up with you. They'll do the talking themselves. They'll ask you out on their own, of course. But know for a fact that even though it might seem like it's apparently happening out of the blue, like out of the blue, this person is messaging me or sending me a follow request and wants to catch up with me, it won't be out of the blue. This is something that they've been planning for some time now. In fact, I like how there's just one fish over here. So they only have eyes for you at the moment, Group 2. Nobody else. Even if there are tons of other people in that organization, tons of other people in the neighborhood, or in fact, for a lot of you, this can be someone who goes to your gym. Not necessarily your gym buddy, but someone who has noticed you in the gym. And again, although there might be tons of people who go to that gym, you're the only one that they have developed an interest in. Definitely over here with Athlete, this is someone who takes their physical health very, very seriously, love to be in shape, can be a typical gym bro, who knows. But apart from this whole gym aesthetic, this is an individual who has a lot of willpower, great backbone in terms of decision making, courage, and ability. Someone who does not back down once they've decided to do something or say something. They walk the talk. They will not say empty words, no empty promises with this person. They're very dependable, they're very reliable. And that's just who they are nature-wise. Very loyal, very protective as a potential partner, very, very protective, very nurturing. Not the kind of person who will impose their will on you, but the kind of person who will listen to what it is you have to say. In fact, they might be a better listener as compared to a better, I mean, they like to listen more and talk less. This does not mean that they don't talk at all. They just know when to dial it down and when to let the other person speak. Very good looking for sure. Very welcoming energy to them. Like, this is someone you can easily approach, talk to them about anything. Very warm, very friendly. Might have a beard. Can be fair in complexion, wheatish. Can be tan also. Someone who has a very athleisure or casual dressing sense. Their eyes, though, their gaze can be very intimidating, even though they have a very soft face, but their gaze in particular might be very intimidating. In fact, for a lot of you, with the Queen of Pentacles over here, an athlete, this might be someone whom you too have slyly checked out in the gym, if this is a gym thing. So if there's someone whom you've caught noticing you, or if there's someone whom you've been noticing, that might just be the person who asks you out. And it might come as a surprise for you, because so far I don't think you have made any move from your side in that regard. Okay, let's see what their possible initials might be. So we have C, U, A, H, X, E, G, another E, S, I, V, and another I. So this can be someone with the same first letter in their first name and surname, or someone in whose name the letter I and E show up more than once. All right, now let's see when will this next date of yours take place. So for that we have mental conflict, stuck in the mud, King of Cups, and Ten of Pentacles. All right. It seems like you're not able to convince yourself somehow that you're ready for long-term commitment, or that you're ready for love. There is an ounce of hesitation over here. There is that inner voice over here, and it's not good. It's doubt, it's fear, it's insecurity. Something that gets in the way of you making decisions. It's like you want something, but then this inner voice over here, like this voice in your head, will be like, are we sure about this though? And then you will take 2 steps back. And perhaps this is something that's been happening a lot of late. And because of this voice in your head, you've been feeling stuck, even though there's no good reason for that to happen. Because if you're sitting in the energy of the Queen of Pentacles, or the King of Pentacles for that matter, over here, you are ready. And in the deepest corners of your heart, you know that too. With mental conflict over here again, this might just be a mental prison wherein you're not able to fully convince yourself of something. With stuck in the mud over here, it does seem like it's been a really long time since you've gone out with someone. Love life, it's been dry for some time. Additionally, with Ten of Pentacles over here, it does seem like your family or relatives or your community people might be floating around words like marriage, meet this person, meet that person, you're this old now, when are you planning to settle down? Things like this might be happening around you, and I think they're not helping. Obviously, they're not helping. They're just triggering whatever this is. If this is anxiety, if this is doubt, if this is fear, whatever this is, all these conversations that you're listening to around yourself, they're just triggering all these things, all these negative emotions. And you're finding yourself very like physically incapable of doing anything about it. It's like internally you're screaming for help, but it's not reflecting outside. So people don't know you're going through this, or perhaps not everybody knows you're going through this, perhaps just a select few. And obviously, this isn't a very good space to be in. I like how there's King of Cups and King of Pentacles both that are showing up for you in the same reading, which tells us that your next date with this person, this individual actually, if they say that they like you or if they say that they love you, because of where you're coming from, you might doubt them, but you have no reason to. We'd already seen with the King of Pentacles that this individual isn't looking to kill their time. They're not looking for a fling. And we have a second confirmation over here for that with the Ten of Pentacles over there. They're looking to settle down. Their intention behind dating is to get something long term, a life partner, or someone they can spend a considerable amount of time with. And even though you're ready for it, you might feel like you're not. Additionally, if your family, and especially if this is an arranged marriage setup, or if arranged marriages are something that happen in your community, I think that is also causing you a lot of worry and a lot of anxiety because you do not want to marry someone you don't know that well. And you're worried that if you do not find anyone on your own, you will have to marry someone that your family finds for you, no matter whether you like that person or not. So that's also creating all of this ruckus internally. And at a time when this whole marriage ban has been happening around you, and at a time when you're feeling very helpless regarding, how the hell, I mean, where will I find love organically? And I do not want to get into this whole parents setting me up with someone thing. That is precisely when this individual is going to ask you out. With King of Cups over here, you don't have to worry about it. They will come to you. You don't have to ask them out. They will do that on their own. Although with mental conflict over here, you might be in two minds regarding whether or not you should say yes to them. You might also be very seriously concerned regarding how your family will react if they find out, because a lot of you might belong to a family that's very conservative, and going out on random dates with people might not be something that they're okay with. So this can be something that you're hiding from them. Your friends might help you out in this. Timing wise, for a lot of you, this can happen within the next 2 weeks or 2 months itself. For a lot of you, it can also happen in October. We do have stuck in the mud over here though, so I feel like there are a lot of you right now who simply are not ready to date, and you might be working on it. With King of Cups over here, you might be taking therapy, you might be working on yourself for this particular reason. So for a select few of you, maybe 1 or 2% of you, it can take up to 10 weeks for this thing to happen, or 10 months also. But for most of you, like I said, 2 months from whenever you see this reading, or October of this year, is when you might be going out on this next date with this individual. In fact, with the sailboat over here and stuck in the mud, it seems to be happening out of nowhere. You're stuck, you're confused, you're worried, you're anticipating what lies ahead in the future of your love life, and then it's like the universe brings this person to you and they ask you out. Okay, let's see what will be the outcome of this next state of yours. So for that, we have creation, which says soul expression, something new. Then we have never ending story, Three of Pentacles, and Six of Swords. So there is good news, but with a bit of a warning over here. With soul expression and something new, two messages. A, definitely this is someone whom you haven't dated yet. Even if this is someone whom you might know, like you relatively know who this is, but you've never dated them. So in that sense, it's someone new. But with creation over here, this next date can be the start of something new, something that's very promising, something that's, in fact, with Ten of Pentacles over here, something long lasting, something that makes your soul dance, makes you feel very happy. While you're on a date with this person, you will enjoy yourself a lot. In fact, with Three of Pentacles over here, you'll realize how easily or how effortlessly you get along well with this person. The compatibility is off the charts. They understand you so well, you understand them so well, and this is something we'd already seen with the King and Queen of Pentacles, that the wavelengths match a lot. In fact, with Three of Pentacles, it might seem like you're reconnecting with a long lost friend of yours. That's the kind of equation you will have on that particular date. But with never ending story and Six of Swords over here, this will be a make it or break it thing. and the ball is in your court, group 2. If you're willing, with the 3 of Pentacles over here and the 6 of Swords, this first date can be the start of something new, something long lasting, probably even marriage with this person, because they really know how to nourish you, they really know how to rejuvenate you, they get you, they understand you so well, you're having a nice time with them. Someone who won't rush you for anything, they won't expect you to do anything for them just because they're being nice to you and whatnot. They will really, really want to cement the relationship and the foundation of it properly first. But with mental conflict stuck in the mud over here and now never ending story, perhaps you have a tendency of self sabotaging promising connections, because with something new and the never ending story, your mind has a tendency to trick you into believing that this is what will happen in the future. It won't go well, so what's the point? And this exactly might be something that you're currently taking help for, taking therapy for, because you know this pattern, you're very well aware of this pattern, and you do not want to keep falling prey to this pattern. So if you're able to keep this in check, if you're able to conquer your fears, if you're able to conquer your mind, for sure this next date of yours with the 3 of Pentacles over here will lay the foundation for something very promising. However, if you come back feeling happy and everything, but then the next minute you're like, but what's the point? My family won't understand, or this won't happen, that won't happen. Basically, assuming things that haven't even happened. In that case, this will be like the last time you probably go on a date with this person with the 6 of Swords over here. You'll be like, yeah, I mean, I had a nice time with you, but I'm not really looking to get serious with anyone right now. I'm not really looking to date anybody for the long haul right now. So I wish you all the best, but peace out. So that's why I said the ball is in your court. The good news over here, though, with creation over here, and especially because we had the King of Cups, I know for a fact that a lot of people right now who tuned into this reading, they are very well aware of this pattern of theirs, and they are taking help for it. And if you aren't, you must, because this with the King and Queen of Pentacles, guys, I mean, this is it. I mean, this can be it. You just have to allow it to be free flowing. Alright, so these are all the messages that I have for you right now, group 2. If you like this reading, do give it a thumbs up. Let me know down in the comment section below. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you're new over here, and hit the bell icon when you do so. You can follow me on Instagram for more tarot readings, and you can message me on Instagram, WhatsApp, or my email to book a personal reading with me. You'll find all those details in the pinned comment and description box. I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Hi group 3, so if you guys chose the third image, first let's take a look at who is the person with whom you'll be going out on your next date. So the cards that came out for you are King, which says enlightened, benevolent leadership, benefiting those in your charge. Then we have Pig, which says maintain self-worth and self-esteem. And from the tarot cards, we have 7 of Cups and the Knight of Swords. Alright, so first things first, this is someone whom people talk about a lot. In fact, you too must have heard quite a lot of rumors about this individual. And most of them aren't good. Most of them aren't true either. For starters, there is a huge contrast over here in the energy of the King versus the Knight of Swords. So most of those rumors could have been along the lines of them being a player, being a fuckboy, someone who does not appreciate relationships, someone who does not care about other people's emotions, someone who keeps on changing their partner, like how a person would change their attire. But like I said, that's all baseless, because in reality, this is a very enlightened human being. This is someone who has a lot of integrity, someone who's very loyal. If you look at the card of King over here, you'll see the King holding what seems to be a golden ball very close to his chest. And this tells us that once this guy, like whoever this individual is, once they fall for you, they will only have eyes for you. They will be very loyal towards you. They will be very protective towards you. This is also someone who has a lot of self-worth and a lot of self-esteem, and that is one of the reasons why they don't feel the need to stoop down to somebody else's level and clear out the air or clear out the rumors, because they don't feel that there is any need for them to validate what someone else thinks of them. With the Knight of Swords over here, and especially how this knight seems to be going after the bike or whatever that chasing it, this is a very sought after person, but they're not that easy to catch. With the Seven of Cups over here, there are a lot of people who want them, there are a lot of people who dream about them, fantasize about being with them, but this king over here does not allow that access to just about anyone. They have a bit of a reserved personality when it comes to strangers. And so the very people who haven't been able to crack this person's code, the very people who do not know this person on a one-on-one basis, they are the ones who keep on spreading lies and spreading all sorts of rumors about this individual. In fact, with the Seven of Cups over here, when this person asks you out, and considering the fact that you too might have heard a lot of things about them, there will be an initial hesitation or an initial doubt in your mind. Should I even go out with them or not, considering the fact that, I've heard all sorts of nonsense about them. Will it be worth it or not? Eventually, again, with the Knight of Swords, you might agree to go for it. And with King over here, when you do go out with them, that is when this difference between the King and Knight will strike out to you as well. That is when it will occur to you that everything that I've heard about them, it's all baseless, it's not true. This individual is very humble, they're very grounded, they have a lot of integrity. They might be a dreamer, they're very fearless, they're very bold. If they want something or if they want someone, they go after it. They do not care about other people's opinion of them. They do not seek outside validation at all, because this is someone who's very sure of themselves. They know what they bring to the table, which is why too they do not feel the need to clear the air about them. Some people might feel like this individual is very snooty or they act pricey, but that's not true. They're just very selectively social, and there's nothing wrong with that. They might be either younger than you or older than you. I don't think you guys are the same age. This might be someone who either has their own business, might be someone who has a startup, or with the Seven of Cups, they might also be the kind of person who has different sources of income. So they have a job, then there's something they do on the weekends, something along those lines. Also, with King over here, this can be an individual who has a lot of generational wealth. And even if they don't have generational wealth, career-wise, they seem to be quite well settled. They've created a lot of wealth for themselves. There is this sense of them being royalty. They might not necessarily be royalty, although for a few of you, yes, this individual might have, someone in their bloodline with royal links or whatever, but what's the word for it? Regality, I believe, or that elegance, it just comes naturally to them. They're very chivalrous also, is what I'm being told. They take their fitness very seriously. Might be someone who loves to go for a run or loves to go for walks. Might be someone who is an automobile enthusiast. They know everything that you can possibly know about cars, bikes, and the like. A person of varied interests, for sure. Their personality is definitely not one-dimensional. There's so much that they like, there's so much that they can talk to you about. They might be a water sign or an air sign: Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Alright, now let's take a look at their possible initials. Alright, so we have B, P, G, J, K, R, E, Y, A, O, V, and another E. So this might be someone who has more than one E in their name, or someone whose first name and surname both begin with the same letter. All right, now let's see when will this next date happen. So for that, we have balance, come together, temperance, and the nine of swords. All right, you will be very nervous before this date, group 3, like very, very nervous, and partly because of everything that you've heard about this person, because of the rumor mill. This date will take place at a time where there's relatively a lot of calm in your life, things are going pretty okay for you, and then almost out of nowhere, this person asks you to meet with them, to go out with them. And it seems like this hesitation that you have, someone will help you to overcome this initial hesitation and just go for it. So with come together over here, this can be your friend, your best friend, your sibling, your family members. Those people might encourage you to just, like go for it. One thing that I would like to advise you, group 3, is that form your opinion of them after interacting with them one-on-one, and not on the basis of whatever it is that you've heard about them. Because with temperance and balance, when you do meet them outside of whatever this initial setting is, or when you do get to know them more than just a first name basis, you'll be pleasantly surprised by what you find out about them. In fact, with the sun and moon over here, you'll realize that they're a lot like you. It's so easy for you to get along with them. It's so easy for you to talk to them about different things. There's someone who has a very well balanced personality, the right mix of logic and emotion. In fact, with come together over here in temperance, I also feel like this is a connection which will grow very organically if you let it. Somewhere with nine of swords, apart from the hesitation arising out of whatever it is that you've heard about them, some of it can be intimidation as well, because there was king coming out for them, then we have temperance. See, they're not nervous, because like I said, this is someone who's very, very sure of themselves. They know exactly what it is that they bring to the table. The nervousness, the panicky energy is on your end. In fact, when this person does ask you out, initially it'll rattle your feathers. You might not be able to believe it. You might not be able to believe the fact that they are asking me out. It might not make sense to you. But like I said initially with the king, once this person wants someone, or once this person has started fancying someone, it is just that person then. This is not the kind of person who keeps their options open, contrary to what you've heard about them or what you might hear about them. This date of yours with this person, it will either happen in October of this year, and since this is a general and timeless reading, it can also happen within 9 weeks of you seeing this reading. In case you're someone who has self-worth issues, in case you're someone who thinks that you could have looked better, or you could have be doing better currently in your life, you'll realize that with temperance and balance, all these things, they absolutely don't matter to this person. They're not at all superficial, they're not at all materialistic. In fact, with temperance, this individual would want to get to know you deeply. They would want to get to know you beneath the surface level. They would want to get to know who you are, some hidden aspects of your personality, perhaps something about you that isn't common knowledge, that not everybody knows. Parts of you that you hide from people, personality aspects, because you think that they can invite mockery or something. That's precisely what might draw this person towards you. Alright, now let's see what will be the outcome of this date. So for that, we have currents of emotion, which says uncontrolled feelings. Then we have Treasure Island, and from the tarot cards, we have the King of Swords and the Four of Swords. So notice how the energy has shifted over here completely from the Nine of Swords to the Four of Swords. Before the date, you were so nervous, you were so unsure also of this person, but then post that first date with them, you're so relaxed, your mind is completely at peace. Why? Because you finally getting to know the person behind that enigma, behind that veil of gossip and rumor. And you will like what you see about them, you will like what you discover about them, because now we have two kings over here. With King of Swords, you will notice that this person has so much integrity, they're so honest, they're so good with their communication, they're speaking their mind. Also with Currents of Emotion over here, you'll notice that this isn't a person who's afraid of being vulnerable. They can be rough and tough, but then they can also be gullible, they can also be emotional when they feel like it. They're not trying to live up to any image. Plus, like we'd already seen, they couldn't care less about the image of theirs that's going around. In fact, with uncontrolled feelings over here, it's quite possible that throughout the date you might try very hard to not fall for them, to not like them. You might consciously keep on checking yourself that okay, maybe they're just trying to be sweet. I mustn't, get swept off my feet that easily. You will not be able to control it without you realizing. And before you know it, actually, you would have fallen head over heels for this individual. In fact, with King of Swords over here and Nine of Swords, it's quite possible that in the past, whatever connections you've had, or failed connections, or whatever else it was, communication could have been a big point of contention. Perhaps you were always involved with people who would just give you empty promises, empty words, never really come through, never really walk the talk. People whom you couldn't trust, people who did not match your communication style, people who would be very dry with their replies, people whose online and offline personalities would be very different. But with this person, especially with the King of Swords being present over here, and if you are the kind of person who values communication in a connection, this is a home run. You will absolutely love the way that they express themselves and the way that they talk. In fact, I'm being told with the Nine of Swords over here that perhaps in the past you have only attracted people who were players or who were never in it for the long haul. And maybe that is why when this individual asks you out, the reason why you'll get all stressed out is because you might think to yourself, what is wrong with me? Why do I keep on attracting the same kind of people? But then when you actually go out with them, when you actually have a decent conversation with them, you realize that, wow, it looks like I finally broken out of that cycle. It looks like I finally broken out of that pattern, because they're nothing like what I thought they would be. They're so much better. In fact, with Treasure Island over here, you'll realize that this is the complete package. They're good to look at, they're a good person, they're so humble, they're grounded, their personality, they match with you so well, they understand you so well, conversations are so free flowing with them, you do not have to pretend to be anybody else around them. So lots and lots of brownie points will be scored by this person in that first date itself with you. You will be very relaxed after that. In fact, with Temperance over here and Balance, I do feel like this individual, of course, nobody can come and heal you on your behalf, like nobody else can do that work. But I do feel like this is someone who will greatly aid you in your healing journey. Your mind will finally be at peace that, okay, yes, there was a string of wrong people for me, but finally I have found the right person. So my patience has paid off. In fact, in case emotional security is something that you always wanted in your previous connections but you could never get, this person will give you that emotional security. You see how this girl is nestled inside this? So it's basically that, like, you will know they're not going anywhere. You will know that if they're saying that you're the only one for them, they mean it. You will be able to trust them. They will win that trust. They'll gain that confidence. In fact, post this first date, I don't think you guys will jump into a relationship immediately, because you might take some time to you might want to take some time to make absolutely to be absolutely sure of the fact that you're not repeating same old mistakes again. You will get that assurance pretty soon though, of course. And so I feel like by the third or the fourth date, you guys will officially become a couple. In fact, your friends and family might point out that this is the fastest you've started the fastest you've ever gotten into a relationship. But then, you know what they say, when you know, and that's basically what this is. In fact, with Treasure Island over here, it looks like the universe is basically gifting this thing to you, gifting this person to you. So, for sure, with Treasure Island over here in Four of Swords, this is a connection that will not stop with just that one date. It'll go on beyond that. How long do you want it to go? Of course, again, depends upon your free will. Are you planning to settle down? Are you only looking for something for the short term? Although I don't think you are, and this person also seems to be someone who wants things for the long haul. I just, it's like this embrace, this warm hug that you'd been waiting for will be delivered to you in the form of this person. That's amazing. All right, so these are all the messages that I have for you right now, group 3. If you like this reading, to give it a thumbs up, let me know down in the comment section below. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you're new over here, and hit the bell icon when you do so. You can follow me on Instagram for more tarot readings, and you can message me on Instagram, WhatsApp, or my email to book a personal reading with me. You'll find all those details in the pinned comment and description box. Let's see you guys next time. Bye.